In health news, Taylor Farms in California is voluntarily recalling some jalapeno products because of possible salmonella contamination. Now, this is the same company that recently recalled iceberg lettuce linked to cyclospora, an outbreak that includes dozens of states, including Tennessee. Joining us now with more on this latest recall is Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease expert at Vanderbilt. Dr. Schaffner, thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be with you, Scott.
Now, salmonella is food poisoning a lot of people have heard of. How concerning is this particular recall, which involves these peppers and pepper products sold at a lot of area grocery stores and chains?
Well, salmonella is not fun. It's another gastrointestinal disease. It can cause vomiting and especially diarrhea, abdominal cramps, fever. It usually is a gastrointestinal infection that lasts for a couple of 3 days and then cures itself. For the most part, we don't need to treat it with antibiotics unless in the frail and the elderly.
Now, I mentioned this is a voluntary recall. Is there any way to make these jalapenos or the jalapeno products, things made with them, safe, or is the only safe thing to do is to dispose of them?
Discard and don't try to make them safe. I think you can't sterilize those jalapenos unless you use a blowtorch.
This same company I mentioned recently had the recalled iceberg lettuce. Are these problems just bad luck, or does it point to a larger problem in the food industry?
Well, for starters, to put this into perspective, we in the United States continue to have the safest food supply anywhere. However, we have done a couple of things. We have industrialized and sometimes internationalized our food supply. You know, back in the day, we didn't have these large companies. We got our produce from local farms. So if there was some contamination, it was localized. Now these large farms get food from many sources. If one of them is contaminated, it gets mixed up with all the others, bagged and shipped to states across the country.
Now, having said what you did, should we consider that we're going to have more of these moving forward because of the supply chain you just laid out?
We will, I'm afraid, continue to have them occasionally. We have to be careful not to criticize the Food and Drug Administration and the USDA, the Department of Agriculture, too severely because of their lack of inspection of sources. They need more funding to do that. They would like to do more of that if we would give them the resources.
Sure, that sounds like a good parting shot. Dr. William Schaffner, infectious disease specialist at Vanderbilt, thank you again for joining us.
My pleasure.